Welcome to Channel. Trump just handed Canada the biggest gift in decades, and he doesn't even realize it. While the world watches his latest immigration blunder unfold, Prime Minister Mark Carney is quietly positioning Canada to scoop up America's best and brightest minds. This isn't just another policy misstep. It's Trump shooting himself in the economic foot, while Carney loads up on the very talent that built Silicon Valley. So what exactly did Trump do this time? And how is Carney turning America's loss into Canada's massive gain? To answer that, we need to rewind to last Friday night, when Trump signed one of the most economically destructive immigration orders in recent memory. With a single signature, Trump slapped a staggering $100,000 fee on H-1B visa applications, the very program that brings highly skilled workers like engineers, doctors, and researchers into the United States. This wasn't a gradual policy tweak. It was economic self-sabotage. For decades, the H-1B program has fueled America's innovation economy. It's how giants like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Apple kept their global edge. These visas didn't just import workers. They brought the world's top talent, the job creators and entrepreneurs who powered America past its rivals. But Trump, in his infinite wisdom, decided that charging companies the equivalent of a luxury car every year for each skilled worker was the way to make America great again. The fallout was immediate. Tech companies scrambled to warn foreign employees to return before the Sunday midnight deadline. Amazon rushed out memos urging staff to clear customs before the fee hit. Confusion spread so quickly that the White House was forced to issue clarifications just to keep the system from collapsing. And that's where Canada comes in. While Trump was busy sabotaging America's talent pipeline, Ottawa, under Carney's strategic leadership, has been laying the groundwork for exactly this moment. The groundwork for Canada's economic transformation has been years in the making. A careful blend of infrastructure investments and policy frameworks designed to attract the world's top talent. Just days after Trump's announcement, Prime Minister Mark Carney took the stage at the Council on Foreign Relations in New York City and delivered what can only be described as a diplomatic masterclass in strategic positioning. Carney didn't attack Trump outright. That would have been too obvious. Instead, he pointed to Canada's homegrown research and artificial intelligence talent, noting with quiet precision that unfortunately, most of them go to the United States. Then came the line that sent ripples through global immigration circles. Looking directly at his American audience, Carney said with a slight smile, "I understand you're changing your visa policy. Maybe we can hang on to one or two of them." This wasn't polite banter. It was Carney's way of announcing Canada's intent to seize the biggest strategic opening Trump has handed any rival since taking office. And the numbers reveal just how massive this opportunity is. Amazon alone employed more than 14,000 H-1B visa holders as of June. Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and Google each held over 4,000. In total, hundreds of thousands of the world's most skilled professionals now find themselves looking for alternatives to an increasingly hostile U.S. immigration system. Canada is perfectly positioned to catch them. With world-class universities, thriving research institutions, competitive tech clusters, a high quality of life, and the advantage of being in similar time zones and proximity to the U.S., Ottawa has everything it needs to capitalize on this moment. The economic implications are enormous. A 2020 study by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that when the U.S. restricted skilled worker visas in 2004, multinational companies simply shifted operations elsewhere, often to Canada. Trump has essentially recreated those conditions, only this time on steroids. A $100,000 fee doesn't just make hiring foreign talent expensive. It makes it impossible for startups, small businesses, and mid-size innovators to compete. The very companies that fuel entrepreneurship, create jobs, and drive breakthrough technologies are now priced out of the American market. That talent has to go somewhere, and Canada is opening its doors. But Carney's response signaled something even deeper than opportunism. Both Canada and Mexico are quietly learning how to navigate the turbulence of Trump's trade and immigration policies with a new kind of strategic diplomacy, one that neither country would have imagined needing just a few years ago. Sandy, the challenge of maintaining trilateral cooperation under mounting economic pressures demands sophisticated strategy, not simple retaliation. And Canada, under Carney's leadership, is proving it has just that. For years, Ottawa has positioned itself as the natural destination for global talent displaced by America's increasingly hostile immigration system. The timing could not be better. Canada's policies, while more structured and carefully managed than in the past, still provide clear, predictable pathways for skilled workers. The contrast with Trump could not be sharper. Where Trump fosters chaos and uncertainty, Carney projects stability and opportunity. Where Trump slaps punitive fees that scare off investors, Carney maintains competitive policies designed to attract the world's brightest minds. The business community has taken notice. Immigration lawyers and industry experts across North America are urging Ottawa to move quickly. Build Canada, a nonprofit dedicated to boosting national productivity, released a memo pressing the government to seize the moment, calling Canada the natural landing spot for highly skilled workers shut out of the U.S. system. The memo pointed out that hundreds of thousands of H-1B professionals, well-educated, highly paid, and globally sought after, are now seeking a new home. Canada's proximity, similar time zones, and high quality of life make it the obvious choice. And the shift is already underway. Barney Husseio, CEO of a leading British AI startup, reported receiving more than 1,000 direct messages from elite professionals considering leaving the U.S. since Trump's announcement. These aren't just any workers. They're computer science graduates from the world's top universities employed at the most advanced tech firms on the planet. And increasingly, they're looking north. The strategic brilliance of Carney's approach becomes even clearer in the broader context. North America's economic strength has always flowed from cooperation among Canada, the U.S., and Mexico, a partnership that made the region the envy of the world. But now, as Trump undermines that model, Carney is positioning Canada as the stabilizing force, the nation ready to anchor innovation, attract talent, and safeguard North America's competitive edge. This trilateral partnership has delivered unprecedented prosperity, and Canada remains fully committed to working with both partners to pursue opportunities that benefit everyone. But as Trump alienates the very people who built Silicon Valley and drive U.S. innovation, Carney is positioning Canada as the stable, welcoming alternative. This isn't just about immigration policy. It's about 21st century economic competitiveness. Countries that attract and retain top talent win. Countries that push talent away lose. Trump seems determined to prove that rule by negative example. His H-1B visa fee targets exactly the wrong people. The engineers, researchers, and entrepreneurs who create jobs, start companies, and keep America competitive with China and other rising powers. By making it prohibitively expensive to hire these workers, Trump is effectively handing America's competitive advantage to countries like Canada that are smart enough to welcome them. The irony is hard to miss. Trump campaigned on making America great again, but his policies are systematically weakening America's place in the global economy. Meanwhile, Carney is quietly implementing the kind of long-term strategy that actually builds national prosperity. The H-1B fiasco reveals the core difference between the two leaders. Trump governs by impulse, chasing headlines with short-term political theater that often backfires. Carney governs by strategy, making calculated moves that strengthen Canada's long-term position. The contrast is clear. Where Trump creates uncertainty and chaos that scares off investment, Carney offers stability and predictability that draws it in. Where Trump alienates allies, Carney builds partnerships. Where Trump drives talent away, Carney opens Canada's doors. And at the heart of it all lies a fundamental truth. In today's knowledge economy, talent is the ultimate competitive advantage. Skilled immigrants don't just take jobs, they create them. They launch companies, file patents, and generate industries that employ thousands more. By punishing these very people, Trump is weakening America's long-term competitiveness. Carney understands the opposite, that winning the global competition for talent means winning the industries of the future. The H-1B fee debacle is more than just bad immigration policy. It's a case study in failed leadership. Trump trades away America's future for short-term political points, while Carney positions Canada to reap the benefits of America's missteps. This is what real strategic leadership looks like. Trump creates chaos. Carney creates opportunity. Trump weakens America's position. Carney strengthens Canada's. And once again, the results speak for themselves. As Trump